Well, hey, 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 how are we on this fine, fine Monday? It is hashtag never miss a Monday. And we also like to call it hashtag mindset Monday because you got to get the mind right to get the week right. And so here we are. Uh, Today, I want to talk to you about the framework. And you might be asking, what framework? Well, who's ready to get in the most amazing shape of your life? Like the best fitness, the best health, the best wellness, and weigh and improve your muscle mass and just feel fantastic. That's what today's topic is about. So if that's you, just lean in for about 12 to 15 minutes. I want to share the framework that I use that over the last 40 years that I've developed and use with my clients and myself. And this is how we stay in shape. This is how we hit performance goals. This is how we put the program together so that we can achieve results. And I want to share some of that with you. And I want to share with you about our challenge coming up. I come into our community and I offer up 6 to 8 challenges a year, and we've got 2 or 3 coming up. And so I want to share those with you. So if you answered yes to the question, I want to up my game. I want to level up my fitness, my wellness, my weight loss, my health. This is it. This is the framework. I'm in a space that's very crowded, and there's lots of opinions, and there's lots of tactics and strategies. And I can tell you this, that I feel like there's a lot of single-minded ideas out there. Okay. There's count your points. There's, walk. There's do strength training. There's a lot of single ideas. And what I found that works with my clients when I had my studios, the gyms that I had, it was primarily that same idea. It was focused on the workouts. Today, we're in a much better space. Yes, the workouts are so important. They're performance based. But the framework is what makes this so unique, and I want to help you with that framework. So, you've probably, if you've been on my channels or any of the challenges I've done, I talk about the 7 key pillars. And so just as a refresher, it is hydration, sleep, food, fitness, breath work, chemical warfare, and mindset in that order. Mindset is the caboose that puts it all together, that's the glue that holds it all together. But you've got to have, hello, 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 everyone. You have got to have hydration. That's first because without proper hydration, you can't really even have good sleep. So, and you just don't perform well. You're hungry maybe, and it just doesn't work. So I want to teach you the 7x3 framework that we use within hydration, sleep, food, fitness, my breath work, chemical warfare, and mindset. And you need 2 or 3, maybe 4 anchors in each one of those pillars. So I hope you're writing this down. Once you get your pillars, okay, this is my frame of reference. I know that hormones matter. I get that. There's a lot of people talking about hormones now, but you know what? After the age of 50, and this is who I speak to. This is my mission to help those of us over 50. And I can just tell you from my own life, estrogen and progesterone are going to go down. We don't need them quite like we did when we were at the age of giving birth. So they are going to go down. So if there's no symptoms, my doctor says, it's kind of an individual thing about hormone replacement therapy. And that's not what this is about. But the other hormones can be impacted by all of these pillars. Your leptin, your ghrelin, your insulin, your cortisol, they can all be impacted. And so if you'll look at it, like imagine that we're doing a 30,000-foot view look in our life. If we will look at it with the 7 pillars in mind, hydration, sleep, food, fitness, in this order: breath work, chemical warfare, mindset. Okay. Now, what within each of those pillars do I need to pay attention to? And you know what? There's only about 3 key points. Sleep is a little more complicated, hydration not so complicated. So it balances out to about 3 per pillar. And if you get those 3 and you begin to work on 1 in each pillar, they say that in 1 year, and we're halfway there, they say in 1 year we can work on about 5 major goals. So think about that. In 1 year, we could work on the 7 pillars and then never look back. Like we would be done. And eventually you would, if you couldn't reach your weight loss goal in 1 year, you would, because these habits are the cogs that keep our body going at optimal level. So let's talk about those. Get your pens out. Here we go. Hydration. We need about half of our body weight in ounces a day. And the reason I'm doing this overview is because if it interests you, I have a 3-day challenge coming up very soon. So if this interests you and you go, that makes sense, that chick's talking sense, then you'll want to sign up for the free challenge. We go a little deeper, we go a little bit to the why, and we really work on the mindset. So hydration, about half your body weight in ounces. You want to sip throughout the day. Okay. And you want to make sure that if you need an electrolyte, you add that. You might add one without sugar. You might add a little bit of salt. Hydration's pretty simple. I start my day out with about 20 ounces of warm lemon water, and I add some creatine and I add some apple cider vinegar, and I make that's my first drink of the day. Okay, so hydration's pretty simple. Half your body weight, sip throughout the day, don't guzzle. I when I'm teaching people that are new, I teach them to use their phone alarm. Set an alarm for 8, 12, 3, and 5 or 6, and get all your hydration done by 6 o'clock so that you're not up all night peeing. Done. Hydration, simple, easy, done. And remember, we don't want to drink our calories. So that we'll throw that one in there as a give me. Okay, sleep. Quit eating 3 hours before you go to bed. You need your digestive tract to take a break. You'll get the best sleep. Okay, get 20 minutes of early morning sunlight. Get yourself out and do a 10-minute out walk and a 10-minute back, and that will help your pineal gland produce melatonin. Melatonin is what gets you to sleep. Okay, so quit eating 3 hours before, get out and get 20 minutes of sunlight, um, and quit the blue lights about an hour to 2 hours before you go to bed. Now, in my program, we've got about 10 because we use an Aura tracker, an Aura ring tracker, and that's super interesting data. But just in general, quit eating 3 hours before I go to bed, same bedtime every night, get 20 minutes of sunlight and blue blockers, or cut out the blue light an hour to 2 before. You'll get amazing sleep. I promise you. It'll be great. Okay, food. Know your macros, but lead with your protein. Know your macros, lead with your protein. You want about 1 gram of protein per ideal body weight. Okay, 1 gram of protein per ideal body weight. You're like, what? Yes. And then button that up against your macros, it'll be perfect. Now, for some of us, I believe that most people should get into what their blood sugar level is, because it's estimated that 88% of us are headed towards prediabetes. And boy, I'm on a mission to help stop that now. But biggies in food, cut out the junk, right? We are all over 50 years old. Cut out the junk. And I know I am not saying that in a judgmatic, condemnation, judging way. It's just, let's cut out the junk. Let's nourish our bodies. At over 50, we want to be in the best shape of our lives. I hope. I hope you want quality as we go on with the length of our life. So, what do we got? Protein, macros. Um, Try to eat 80 to 90% of clean, whole, definitely not ultra processed foods, right? What are Cheetos? Like, really, what are Cheetos? Um, I know you've got a question for me there. Oh, creatine monohydrate. I use one. It doesn't matter. creatine monohydrate is easy to find in the market. You can go to the vitamin shop, Sprouts, all over the place. Just make sure you read the label, because creatine monohydrate has no taste, so they add sugar to give you that flavor. Don't just get any one of them. No, just make sure it says, really all it should have is creatine monohydrate. Yep, and that's what I use. Okay, sorry, I digress. Food, 1 gram of, but I love that. I love it. I love it. Keep the questions coming. I love to, that's how you get this, right? That's how you get this. I think after 40 years, I've earned a little bit and I live it. I'm living it with you. So, food, 1 gram of protein. Already today, I've had over 65 grams of protein. And then I've got another 35 grams to go, and I'll hit my 100 for today. That's my goal. But 1 gram of protein per ideal body weight. Cut out the junk, eat whole, unprocessed foods, and know your macros. And then if you want to dive in a little deeper, if you've got over 20 pounds to lose, we should be asking the question, do I have an insulin, do I have an insulin resistance issue? Do I have a blood sugar thing that's creeping up on me? That would be something, if you can save yourself from getting type 2 diabetes, why not, right? Okay, there's the food. Now, on the fitness, you've got to do some form of strength training, and you need zone 2 and zone 5 cardio. Now, beyond that, I believe that you need mobility training, and mobility training for us is strengthening the joints. And then I believe that we need a little bit of fascia work. So fascia is the tissue that sits underneath the skin, and there's layers of it, and it can become entrapped, and we call that stuck stress. And then you don't move well, and you get up after you've been sitting and you're like, oh, I'm stuck. That is your fascia that needs to be loved. And so I believe in fitness, you got to have some strength training. You got to do zone 2, zone 5 cardio work. You need to work on the mobility of your joints, and you need to work on the fascia. Okay. Now, inside, so that's our workout. Over here, I think we need recovery when we can. Meditation. This leads into our breath work, but with my clients, I teach them about 5 breathing drills that they can use depending on where they're at and what's going on, that can help them with recovery and also their nervous system. Okay. So in fitness, muscle, mobility, fascia, cardio. Okay. And it has to be the right formula on that cardio. We know that. So then recovery, breath work. Our nervous system today, they feel like we're just overstimulated. We are rocking it on our sympathetic nervous system and our parasympathetic nervous system. We can't even get to sleep. We're so wound up. Okay. So we want to come in and learn how to put the brakes on the sympathetic, and we want to bring that vagal nerve tone up. And your vagus nerve is one of those 12 large cranial nerves that comes from the stem, and it touches the diaphragm and the gut. And you really need to have tools that you can use to help get you into that parasympathetic nervous system. So there's breath. So we've done hydration. I've given you the top 2 or 3 in each one: sleep, food, fitness, breath work. Here's one easy breath work: the box breath. Inhale for 4, hold it for 4, exhale 4, rest for 4. That's one of the best. Okay. Chemical warfare. You want to talk about hormones? The chemicals that we are exposed to today is having a huge impact on our endocrine system. Just look at things like autoimmunes, like Hashimoto's and our thyroid, and what's happening with the chemicals in the plastic, the BPAs, and it's impacting our endocrine system, which is impacting those hormones. So, um, I really, if we had one thing to pick about chemical warfare, check all of your lotions and shampoos, check your toothpaste. I know that people will disagree with this, but I will be glad to provide the research on this. The fluoride and the chlorine in our water is hurting our nitric oxide production. And that's so good for your cardiovascular system. And the chemicals that we rub on our skin and the plastic water bottles are hurting us. And if we could just fix that, we would go a long way. Like getting an air filter for our house is kind of deep on my list, but maybe after we get all that other cleaned up, then we can go for the air filter. But right now, that would be my top picks. Get rid of the plastic water bottles. Look at the lotions and the shampoos. Make sure that they're paraben free, and you can go to the Environmental Working Group, the EWG Environmental Working Group, and they have a list of chemicals that you do not want in your makeups, your lotions, and your hair care products. And if you'll take a look at that, EWG, just download the list. Look at your hair care products, your makeup, the people that don't have them. They're proud to put that on their labels. They are proud to put no parabens, no XYZs. And so it's chemical warfare to me. It's a sleeper in our 7 pillars. There was a paper that I read that there was a gentleman that just kept adding belly fat, and he kept cutting back his calories, and he couldn't get rid of his belly fat. And come to find out, they did several things with him, smart doctor, and they eventually found out that he was microwaving his lunches at work, and the plastic from the plastic that he was microwaving in was leaching into his food, and it was causing a problem. Got rid of that, got rid of the plastics out of his world, and his problem subsided. And so I was just like, whoa, that is so interesting. So we weren't meant to ingest all of these chemicals that we're ingesting. Our body's just on overload. So that's chemical warfare. And then number 7 is mindset. Right here, mindset. Discipline is just choosing between what you want now and what you want most. Um, I am committed to my fitness and my health and my wellness. I am statements. What standards do you have? What are your values and beliefs? Do you believe that you can actually achieve these goals you have in your wellness, in your weight loss, in your fitness, and in your health? So mindset's pretty important. So I hope you got some value out of this today. It really, to me, sums it all up. It's not a point system. It's not, a diet. It's not an exercise program. It is called your life. And these 7 key pillars, I just haven't found anything that doesn't fit into one of the pillars. And once I, as a trainer, sat back and went, we need more than a workout. Our life needs to be fit. We need more than a weight loss plan. We need mindset. We need more than just, drink some water. We need a hydration strategy. Once I realized that, and I got clients that were on the same page with me, it was an amazing, amazing turnaround for my clients. Thank you. Thank you. So I hope this was beneficial to you. I hope you got some nuggets out of this. We are going to be doing a 3-day challenge where we dive a little deeper into those 7 pillars, trying to help you with a little bit more strategy and tactic. And then, of course, mindset. It's so super important. If you are not satisfied with where you're at, and you can get a picture of where you want to go, There is a bridge that will take you there. And I call it the 7 key pillars. And you just need to know them, understand how to work them, and then, do some implementation. And a lot of my clients could be coaches. They are so good at the 7 pillars. They could be coaches. Um, they are definitely ambassadors to anyone new in our program. I love them, and they just do an amazing, amazing job. So, if you want to learn more about the 7 key pillars and why I think, like, bar none, it's the way to go. Yes, there are good programs out there, but in my mind, single focus, single focus, single focus. And they don't pull them all together. And if you pull them all together, it's amazing what you can accomplish. So, this is Debbie, creator of Deborah Coat Coaching, and we are going to be taking a name change very soon. I will be collaborating with Valley Fitness and Fort Washington Fitness. And our collaboration is going to bring about kind of a new perception of our 7 key pillars. And we are calling it Transform You. And the URL is going to be transformuchallenge.com. And so it's still powered by Deborah Coat Coaching. And you'll see more about that coming up soon. So I hope you have a great Monday. I hope that you're having a Mindset Monday where you are in charge of the day and the day's not running amok, that you are achieving what you want to be achieving. Because I can't think of anything more important than achieving what you want. So, well, maybe there are a couple more things. My family, God, yes, those. But in the health, fitness, wellness, and weight loss, yes. Okay. Have a great day before I dig myself a hole. I will see you all later. I will be in the kitchen on Friday. If you don't know about In the Kitchen with Debbie, I've got a great swap I'm going to be doing for you. And so come on over there Friday at noon, and I'll see you later. If you have any questions, DM me, and I'll get back to you. I'll reach out to you. Okay. All right. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I hope that I answered all of the questions. So have a great day. I just love our community. Love our community. I'll see y'all later. Bye.